Master photographer Pascal Maitre's take on Africa, France's most impressive chateau presented in a spectacular new light, and some thought-provoking landscape gardens. All of that's coming up in today's show. But first, let's head to Venice for the opening weekend of this year's film festival. There's already been a ripple of excitement at the Mostra, thanks to Damien Chazelle's latest release, First Man. And another of the hotly anticipated films features one of Chazelle's former leading ladies, Emma Stone. She's starring in The Favourite, a costume drama set in 18th century Britain. Now, it's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, that's the Greek filmmaker known for his surreal flourishes in The Lobster and The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And the actress told journalists there in Venice about what it's like to work with him.
Well, I loved it. I was, a lot of it was kind of, I didn't really fully understand maybe at the beginning as we were shooting it. I started to understand more just because of the way that Yorgos was shooting, that there would be more silence and more watching and observing than I had previously expected. Which was fantastic. If I could do a whole film and never say a word and just get to do that, I would be very happy. I'm sure lots of other people would be very happy too.
Did you just look at me? Stop it!
I am the Queen.
But you are mad. You look like a badger.
I've sent for some lobsters. I thought we could race them and then eat them.
Is there cake?
Be gone!
Let's shoot something.
I should have you stripped and whipped.
I'm waiting.
Meanwhile, here in France, another film festival opens in the northern beach resort of Deauville. In its 44th year now, the festival's a celebration of American cinema in all its guises, from major Hollywood productions to smaller independent efforts. Now, this year, Oscar-winning actor Morgan Freeman's being honoured for his impressive career, and the festival's also shining a light on 5 female talents who are shaping the industry, including Kate Beckinsale and Elle Fanning. The event's kicking off with the premiere of Chappaquiddick. The film revisits a tragic episode in the history of the Kennedy dynasty, and that stars Australian actor Jason Clarke, who's also receiving a prize from the jury at Deauville.
Chief, we got a body.
Next, we're taking a look at the work of a photojournalist whose passion for African landscapes and societies has won him commissions from National Geographic magazine and has produced award-winning books and exhibitions over a 35-year career. His latest show is at Paris's Grande Arche gallery in the La Défense business district. We went to check it out.
Je pense que je suis un storyteller.
I think that I'm a storyteller. What interests me are human stories. In photojournalism, there is the photo and the journalist. But my priority is always journalism. But color is something that affects me a lot. I always try to use color to express emotion and passion. It doesn't always work, but it brings in something more than simple illustration.
They say a picture tells 1,000 words. If that's the case, then photojournalist Pascal Maitre has written novels with his camera.
L'Afrique m'intéressait aussi. Moi, je viens d'un monde rural.
I've always been interested in Africa.
Qui vraiment me touchait. Mon grand-père.
I come from a rural background. My grandfather was a faith healer.
Après, ça reste
It's still an extraordinary continent.
Il y a toujours des histoires assez extraordinaires.
I've always been affected by its immense energy, its resilience and strength.
Cette résilience, cette force.
Maitre's been back to Africa more than 150 times. More recently to Benin, where he focused on life without electricity, and Chad, following a raid by extremist terror group Boko Haram.
Et ça, c'est une image où cette femme est devant le péril qui lui est arrivé chez elle.
This is an image of a woman just after the danger passed. It's an image that shows the difficulty of life, and completely by chance, the colors of her dress match the front of her shop.
That ability to capture such moments so vividly seems to have ensnared visitors.
There's a lot of emotion, fear, joy, but what really strikes me the most is the colour. He knows how to capture expressions on people's faces. It's a beautiful exhibition. I didn't expect this.
Maitre will be returning to Africa yet again on his next trip to the Sahel, where he'll be taking a closer look at the lives of migrants.
Gardening is well known for being a meditative pastime, but here in France, the practice has just been promoted to an intellectual endeavour as well. The Chaumont-sur-Loire International Garden Festival, celebrating gardens of thought for its 27th edition, attracting landscape designers and artists from around the world. They've drawn inspiration from the realms portrayed by famous writers or tried to physically recreate our own thought processes in gardens. Selina Sykes tells us more.
On the banks of the Loire River lies the Chateau de Chaumont and its grounds. An idyllic backdrop for a festival that doesn't make a lot of noise. Here the stars are its 24 gardens, whose upkeep requires a lot of attention.
From 7 until 10 in the morning, we take care of the garden. We go to every plot. Lately, we spend a lot of time watering the plants. If we do it in the middle of the afternoon when it's very hot, the water evaporates a lot quicker.
Fighting against the summer heat and dry climate is essential for preserving the gardens. Created by artists and landscapers from across the globe in the castle's 4 hectares of land. This year's theme is the expression of thought. This artwork by 2 French architects and a graphic designer symbolises reflection, and these intertwined fishing lines by a South Korean landscaper represent a string of thoughts. Inventive artworks that aim to capture visitors' imaginations.
What do you like the most?
The atmosphere, the gardens, being calm and taking time to reflect.
Other works are a bit more puzzling.
The vowels have been removed. We're trying to understand what the artist wanted to say. And we noticed that the white flowers, for example, were mainly the E.
The festival runs for 6 months. Keeping the gardens in a good condition over 3 seasons is a challenge. 22 gardeners take care of the plants every day, under the expertise of the festival director.
When there's a little detail that doesn't work, I take a photo and send it to the head gardener. That's how we manage to maintain such a high quality, which has to last a long time, since the festival starts at the end of April. And the gardens have to maintain a good condition until the end of November. So we have to fight against heat, wind and rain.
Blending nature with art, the festival is about more than gardening. Next year's theme will be Gardens of Paradise.
We're staying in the Loire Valley for this next report, which takes us to its spectacular castles. A sound and light show is bringing one of the most iconic royal residences back to life. The Chateau de Blois will be lit up every night until the end of September. Robert Sutton-Mattox has this report.
In a commanding position, looking across the Loire River, the Chateau de Blois. Behind the Renaissance facade, thousands of stories. Some 20 monarchs have stayed here, from Louis XII to Henry IV and François I. But now some of those stories are being retold in dazzling colour.
L'histoire du château commence au IXe siècle.
A medieval feast for the eyes and the ears, and behind the scenes, some of the secrets are revealed.
This is one of the 24 video projectors. They beam video 360 degrees onto 4 facades of the chateau.
Each day, Jérôme makes a grand tour of the chateau, checking all the technical equipment. Kilometers of cables hidden in the attic, and up high, the nerve center of the whole operation, the sound and light studio.
All the sound systems are set up here. Then, this mixing table controls all the lights. And we direct all the video projections on this computer.
Je rendrai Orléans au roi de France.
In every image, a reflection of the history of the castle and of France. Like the majestic François I on his horse, leaping from the pages to take center stage. François Le Fabrier has been finding inspiration in medieval drawings.
For example, this is the Battle of Marignano, one of the bloodiest of the era, but very complex, with all sorts of different armours and lots of things that wouldn't be very clear to the public. So in order to show them with the lights, we have to redraw the images that inspire us and simplify them.
45 minutes of court intrigue, treacherous plots, and love affairs to watch as nighttime falls at the Chateau de Blois.
And we're finishing with something for fans of vintage cinema, more specifically on-screen muses from another age. The Pathé Foundation has dug deep in its archives to present a collection of portraits and photographs of the French actresses who charmed Hollywood during the 1930s. That's on show until October 12th, and we'll leave you with a small selection. Do remember to check out our website, and we're also on social media too. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this.